Guide for Catholic Young Women, especially for those who earn their own living. Chapter 1. A good girl has reason to be satisfied with her condition in life. "Why was I not born a lady?" says the poor girl who has to work hard for a living. "There are the ladies, with little or nothing to do, amusing themselves all day, and enjoying all the good things of life, while poor I must drudge the whole blessed day, from early morning till late at night, for a living, and a scant one at that. I wish the Almighty had placed me in some better condition of life than the one I am in." My good girl, you who talk in that way, you do not think of what you are saying. Instead of complaining of the good God, if your eyes could only be opened to see things as they really are, your heart would leap for joy, and your tongue would praise Him, that you have not been made a lady or anything, but just what you are. For the truth is, your condition of life is one of the very best in which God could place you, and it is a great privilege for you to be in it, rather than in any other. Let us look into it, and see how this is. I dare say you remember that among almost the first words of the little catechism, the question is asked, "For what were we created?" The answer to it is, "To learn to serve and love God in this world, in order that we may be happy forever with Him in the next." Ah, this lets us into the whole secret. We were not created to be rich, or to live without work, or to live in fine houses and wear fine clothes and ride in elegant coaches and have what folks are apt to call a fine time of it. No, it was for nothing of all this, but to learn to love and serve God during this life, in order to earn heaven and prepare ourselves to be happy forever with God. This is the reason why the rich are so often unhappy, in spite of all their money and splendor. They're just living for riches and pleasure, instead of to please God, and they cannot find any real satisfaction in such a life. God will never let us have any real happiness unless we live in order to please and love Him. It is true, a rich man or woman can serve God and be happy, but it is difficult, for riches and honors and pleasures steal away the heart and cause Him to be forgotten. And when God is forgotten, what enjoyment can there be of life? What is over and above our necessary and suitable clothing will bring but little satisfaction. It only feeds an idle vanity, destroys contentment, and fills us with desires for 1,000 things that never satisfy us when they are supplied. We are always the worse for it when we eat or drink much more than is necessary for us. We lose our appetite, our health, and our strength, so that the body becomes a burden, and life a misery. All the money or honor in the world cannot ensure health or contentment of mind. Then there is death, in the midst of our earthly enjoyments always staring us in the face. Our friends are cut down around us, and we know not the day or the hour when our turn will come. But we know very well that when it does come, we must be torn away, whether we will or no, from everything in this world which we have set our hearts upon. Can we have any enjoyment in such a life as we have here, unless it be grounded on peace with God? Unless we carry out the blessed intentions which God had in creating us, namely, that we should love and serve Him? And then, think of that vast eternity which stretches away beyond after this life is over. How small and mean everything here is in comparison with it. What difference will it make to us when we are once in the presence of God, clothed with glory and honor, with white garments and the palm of victory in our hands, with no sorrows, sighs, or tears to be feared any more forever? What difference will it make whether we had a little more or a little less on this earth? Why, this whole life will seem a small speck in the grand ocean of eternity. In short, in considering any state or condition, the principal thing is to take into account the advantages it holds out for securing a holy and pious life, so that we may come safe through all the trials and temptations of this world to our only true home in heaven. In this view, I do not know any among the ordinary conditions of life so good and desirable as that of a life of service or of daily labor.